Hi there, and welcome back to the HQ. Today, we are going to be reacting to buying a PC with Dell. My Journey into Hell by Super Eye Patch Wolf. Now, I don't know much about Super Eye Patch Wolf, but I do know a lot about computers, and I know especially a lot about Dell, and Dell... Oh, Dell. They like to, make things a living hell. They're not intuitive in the slightest whenever it comes to trying to buy a decent PC. This video is a few years old, so I don't know if things have changed since then, but my experience with Dell has just never been good. I don't buy Dell for a reason. Like, all of my computer stuff is all Asus. Like, I have like an Asus ThinkPad for my laptop. My computer is full of Asus stuff, all of that good stuff. But yeah, I don't buy Dell for a reason. So let's jump in and see just how bad of a buying experience this Dell computer was for Super Eye Patch Wolf.
Began 6 months ago.
Oh.
Earlier this year, I decided to buy a new PC after my old one began to struggle with some heavier editing projects. I decided to go with Dell
That's
because
valid.
A, I've been with them my whole life, and B,
I've been meaning to get myself a new processor for my computer. I can't remember what my processor currently is. I could look it up real quick. Let's see, what is my current processor in my computer? It is a Ryzen 5 5600X 6-core processor. It's not a bad processor. It's kind of a pretty good mid-range processor. But, you know, I want to upgrade it to like a 5900 or 5950 or something like that. Either that, because I would go for like the 5800 3D, but the 3D ones are really expensive. They're good for gaming, but golly, are they expensive. And since I don't really need like ultimate super duper ray trace stuff, and I'd rather have a computer that's really good for heavy workloads, I'd probably go for maybe the 5900, maybe 5950 if I really want to put out the extra dough. But yeah, I can definitely understand needing a good workload computer for editing projects because I have a lot of those.
I've never had any problems with them. I understand that this was a bad decision. That information cannot help me now.
Oh,
As
yeah.
you know, I don't know a great deal
It was a
about
great
PCs, and a lot
bad
of this could have been
decision to go
avoided if I
straight
had
for
just
Dell.
slightly more knowledge. And so I am partially, well, mostly, to blame for the nightmare that follows. I spent the day researching different parts, looking up what kind of
Is it that
GPUs would work
bad?
best with Premiere,
Also,
with
what
64
is that
gigs of
Mika?
RAM and a top-of-the-line Intel XPS processor. It was more money than I'd ever spent on a PC, but if it made life easier, I'd consider it a good investment.
2,300 euros. Like, I know the euro is stronger than the dollar. It's always like, for the most part, it always has been, but yeah, because it's like 1 euro is like, it's like $1 is like 1 euro and like 15 pence or something at this point, like today, I think. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, like, that's like $2,500 if I had to spitball a guess. Maybe a little less than that. I don't know the exact exchange rate off the top of my head. I am not a calculator. As much as I'd like to pretend to be, I am not a calculator. Also, hi Sinful, welcome to the chat. But yeah, for 64 gigs, like at like 64 gigs, top of the line processor, I mean, I understand the price. I mean, my PC, it had a when I bought it, I bought it for like $1,000. It's an iBuyPower PC that was built by iBuyPower. It's a really good PC to start. It had, yeah, the 5600 XT in it. It had like 16 gigs of RAM. I cannot remember what the GPU was. It was an AMD GPU, and it was like the equivalent of like a 3050 or something. And I upgraded all that. I got a 4070 Super now, and I have 32 gigs of RAM instead of 16 gig. I doubled up because I'm pretty sure that's the cap that my Mobo can handle. My motherboard, for people who not in PC speak, Mobo is motherboard. But yeah, and then I added a whole bunch of additional storage units to it. I have like 3 additional, like, 1 terabyte, hard drives, and then I put a 2 terabyte SSD in there for additional storage that I install all of my games onto for optimal loading. And then I have an external storage drive for all of my video content I record because I save all of that. And I have an 8 terabyte uh, block for all of my video stuff. So I understand wanting to invest in a very good PC. That's a pretty steep price for just an off the line PC. I mean, it has to be a good one for that price, right?
investments. 1 week later, the machine arrives. It is
It looks like
big
a
and heavy. It
fancy
has a
machine.
metal handle. A metal handle? That's serious.
Oh,
I am
yeah.
very excited. I boot up the PC and immediately notice something. Whereas my 5-year-old machine could boot in about 10 seconds, this one is taking closer to 2 minutes. Odd.
Oh, that's not a
Problem
good
the
sign.
second. When setup begins, the PC cannot detect the wireless mouse or keyboard it came with.
Oh,
Very odd. I spent about an
that
hour
is.
trying different configurations to make the
How does it not detect the PC and mouse it came with? How does how do they manage that? God, only Dell, man.
keyboard and
Only
mouse
Dell.
connect, but it's getting late, I'm getting tired, so I just hook up my old wired keyboard and mouse. Step 2, connect my new PC to the internet. Only it cannot detect my Wi-Fi. I restart 7 or 8 times, having to repeat the same setup each time. I refresh my browser, I adjust my router settings. Nothing works. I stand back and stare at my new machine. It has no DVD Blu-ray drive, so without internet, it's just a giant piece of plastic that cost me thousands of euro. Somewhere, deep inside me, I feel a subtle, unsure emptiness open up.
Hold up. Hold up. I know some PCs are like this because I'm pretty sure my PC was like this. Now, did it come with like an external thing you can attach to it that lets it connect to Wi-Fi? Because my PC did come with this. It has like 2 little like mini coax, uh, like little mini coax ports on the back, and a thing that screws into it. That's like a magnetic thing. It's like a little magnetic antenna receiver that acts as the Wi-Fi receptor for it. Did it come with one of those? Like, I don't know. I understand some people don't know what that is. That is the like Wi-Fi receiver for most like PC computers that don't have a Wi-Fi chip built into it. Yeah. Well, you're thinking of like the USB plug-in for Bluetooth. I'm thinking like I don't see it off rip. I don't think I plugged it back in yet because I have a wired connection for optimum PC internet usage. So that way I don't drop frames whenever I do stuff online. It doesn't always help because, internet gonna internet, but corded connections do help better.
And through it, a small stream of anxiety begins to seep through.
Oh
I
yeah,
go for bed.
understandable.
I can figure
Like
this out in the morning.
anytime something happens with my PC, I immediately get like an anxious chill in my gut. It's like, oh shit, this thing cost me thousands of dollars, and suddenly it doesn't work the way I want it to work. Hmm. Oh yeah, wired connections for the win. Always get a wired connection. I still need to get another cable to hook up for my fucking Switch as well. I need to hook my Switch up with wired connection. I have another like 50 or I think it was a 50-foot um Ethernet cable, and I do have some physical hooks I just put up on my wall to hang some of my cables from. So I might just hook it up here later or something for wired connection.
The next morning, I brew some coffee and turn back on my
Coffee
machine.
sounds so good right now,
Another
actually.
2-minute boot up.
Drinking a
Very,
Kroger
very
brand Dr.
odd. I
Pepper
spend the
right
next
now,
hour digging through internet
but
forums on my
coffee
laptop,
does sound kind
hunched
of good.
beside my new machine.
And cracking a
After going
can.
down several rabbit
Boop.
holes that lead nowhere, I finally get a solid lead. The problem could be with my PCIe Wi-Fi card.
Yeah,
If it's
sometimes,
malfunctioning, that would explain why I cannot connect to the internet.
yeah, like sometimes with the PCIe, sometimes like it takes Oddly enough, like sometimes they'll come with drivers that you have to install. Sometimes you have to like get them third part. Like sometimes I don't know. It's weird. PCIe's can be weird sometimes. Like Wi-Fi cards in general can be weird because sometimes you'll need to have drivers, but they won't have the drivers, and it's like they expect you to get them from the internet. But how are you supposed to do that with no internet? Hmm?
Or hook up my wireless devices. I go to systems information and there is no PCIe Wi-Fi card.
Uh,
It is not there. Dell did not insert one into the machine. In the year of our Lord 2021, there was shipped a state-of-the-art PC without functionality to connect to the internet.
they just didn't install a Wi-Fi card. They just didn't install it then. Like, does that mean that there's not even an Ethernet port? Like, what?
I feel that little hole inside me open wider, but now it's not just anxiety that's flowing out, but shame. What kind of idiot orders a PC without internet functionality? At the time, I did not know what a PCIe card
No
was, nor
wireless
that it would be an
LAN?
opt-in scenario. I sit for several minutes,
Hmm.
feeling very, very stupid.
Okay, quick question. Does it have wired capabilities? I mean, pretty clearly you're connecting this PC to like a screen in your living room, and it doesn't seem that far from the router itself. So couldn't you just run like a wired connection? I mean, I know it sounds like this is why I always go wired connection for my like desktop PC. It's optimal and it's reliable. And I have Wi-Fi for my laptop and all that good stuff. But you always want to try to go wired connection for a desktop computer unless you can't help it. Like my little sister has a desktop gaming computer that I souped up for her downstairs and made sure that has Wi-Fi built into it because, the router is in my bedroom because that's where the main for our house was the bedroom rather than the living room. So, convenient for me. But yeah, so everybody else has wireless connections. Well, I have a wired one. But you always want to make sure, like, if you're not planning on using a like wired connection, you always want to make sure it has Wi-Fi capabilities before you hit that purchase button.
I start to feel out of control of the situation and begin to get a little upset. This was not meant to be this complicated. This was meant to make life easier. But I decide I am being silly. Surely there's a way to fix this. In order to calm myself, I go for a run through a local park. On my journey, I see a deer standing there, alone,
Oh,
staring at me. Something
pretty
about this
dear.
bothers me. I read up about
What about
PCIe
it
Wi-Fi
bothers
cards and
you?
order one from Amazon for €20. Problem solved? No. The card
Oh,
arrives a few days later, but it's getting around 10% of the bandwidth my old PC was, as well as other devices in the same room. I
huh.
open up my machine and remove it, but I'm starting to notice
I mean, yeah, you ordered a $20 Wi-Fi card, dude. Like, you ordered a $20 Wi-Fi card. Like, what do you expect? You're getting less than you're getting less than a single meg. You're getting like 0.2. Like, dog. I mean, that's what happens when you order a Wi-Fi card for $20. I mean, I don't know how much they go for. I don't know if that's like top of the line or if that's cheap ass, but still. Mm.
something else. This PC is slow. Like, really, really slow. Slower than my machine I bought 5 years ago. I render an episode of my podcast on it and it takes nearly 4 times as long and I panic, but how? This is a state-of-the-art machine.
If it takes 4 times as long on your new machine and your old one, I mean, and 4 times as long as an hour and a half. So that means it should only take a half an hour on your old rig to render your stuff. Like, that's not that bad. If your podcast is like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, like I'll upload like I mean, granted, my PC is a pretty good one because like I'll dump like my VODs for my gaming stuff to put on my VOD channel. Just like a PackRat VODs or PackRat Gaming on YouTube. That's where it is. I got like 12 subscribers on there because nobody wants to watch my long form, hours long uncut gaming, I guess. But yeah. Um, like typically if I'm rendering one of those at like 2 to 3 hours long, maybe 4 hours sometimes, usually it only takes 45 minutes to an hour for me to render something that long. So I mean, it must be like you must already have like a pretty decent computer, so why upgrade?
This is a render beast. What is happening? A new emotion
Is
floods my
is it a
body.
render beast though?
Fear, raw, cold, fear. Fear that I have entered a world I do not understand, and there I now face problems complicated and frightening, ones beyond my ability to solve, all with the weight that this machine cost me a lot of money. And so I decide to call
2358
Dell customer
euros.
service, and the real nightmare begins.
Ah,
At this point, I want to take a second to
Dell
acknowledge that
customer
all the individual
service.
representatives I spoke to were polite, kind, and patient with me, despite my deteriorating mental state. None of this is their
Going
fault.
slowly
Rather,
insane.
they're just individuals doing their best in a monolithic system so cold, so unwieldy, and so colossal. It now fills me with what I can only liken to a kind of cosmic horror. But I do
Oh,
not know that yet. I think I'm about to solve
yeah.
the problem.
There's a reason why I
Oh,
don't buy
John,
Dell.
you poor, deluded fool. After hitting my
Oh,
keypad
you
several
poor
times in order
fool.
to navigate my way to an agent, I find myself on hold, and a 30-second loop of distorted, crackled lounge music begins to play.
Just holding it up to the mic. Oh, God. Mm. Jam out to it, I guess. Just jam to this crackly ass music.
After 40 minutes, I think that this is what elevators in hell must sound like.
That's
Sometime
valid.
later, I am
That's
connected
valid.
to an agent. He tells me we are going to run several diagnostic checks on my computer. This process takes several hours. Him remotely controlling my machine. He sees my Guilty Gear wallpaper.
Huh.
We talk about Guilty Gear. He is
Oh,
very pleasant.
well, that's nice.
Finally, we get the results, and it's the worst thing imaginable. Nothing is wrong. I insist there has
Huh?
to be something. This is not normal. And after a
What?
combination of righteous
How is there
indignation
nothing
and
wrong?
outright begging, he speaks to his superior, and they agree to send a repairman to replace the one thing it could be: my motherboard. The motherboard is the part of your PC that all the individual elements connect to. If it is malfunctioning, it could explain my slow speeds.
Yeah.
The next day, I unplug my new PC at my desk and reconnect my old PC. It is a
Yeah, like
moment.
typically like a root problem for a lot of things could be the motherboard. So if you can't figure out, like worst case scenario, if you can't figure out what a problem could be, it very well could be your MOBO, and that is worst case scenario because you don't want to try to have to replace the motherboard like that because those can get really up there.
Of profound melancholy. I put my new PC on the bed behind my desk, and there it sits, massive and useless.
Absolute worst case
Please
scenario.
let the new motherboard fix things. Please let this end. I just want to make videos on my new PC. I just need things to get a little easier. Several days pass.
I still don't know who could possibly like plug their PC up to like their television in their living room. Well, I don't know if that's his living room or what, or if that's just a giant monitor. It definitely looks like a PC or a TV to me. I mean, I might honestly hook mine up to my TV sometime using a spare HDMI I have, just for, like watching stuff on the TV. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, like somebody hooking up a PC to their living room TV. I don't know, I couldn't do it. It seems like it's too weird to me.
They'll tell me I will get a call when the repairman is coming, but that I won't know the specific date or time. This does not happen. Instead, I get an email at the end of the week saying that no one was home when the delivery man called. I find this suspect. Ireland is in national lockdown, and both me and my partner are home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So that guy just didn't show up.
I was there. Frustrated and
he just didn't show up.
With the situation, I email Dell back asking them to send someone again. I wait, but instead, the paragraph directly above this one plays out 2 more times. To help you experience this frustration, I am now going to play that section 2 more times. Several days pass. Dell tell me I will get a call when the repairman
He's just replaying the same bit again.
Or time. This does not happen. Instead, I get an email at the end of the week saying that no one was home when the delivery man called. I find this suspect.
Several days pass.
Oh no, it's getting even more distorted.
But that I won't know the specific date or time. This does not happen. Instead, I get an email at the end of the week saying that no one was home when the delivery man called.
They just straight up lied to him then, huh?
Repairman arrives. I feel weird that there is someone new in my apartment for the first time in months. I talk to him about psychics and conspiracy theories. He is very nice.
That's a weird thing to talk about.
Leaves, and I stare at my new machine. All the fondness I felt for it is now gone. It now fills me with a subtle sense of dread. But maybe
that's understandable.
Not for much longer. I turn it on.
It just work, baby.
2-minute boot time. No. Takes an hour and a half to render a podcast. No. On my floor for several minutes, listening to this song. This is something I do when I am upset. It has been 2.5 weeks since my PC
that's valid.
arrived. I consign myself to get up early the next morning and figure out what is wrong with this PC. I go to bed sad.
I've gone to bed sad a few times.
Feels muted and cold. I sit down and reconnect my PC, laptop sitting at my desk. I am going to figure this out. After a couple of hours of digging through web forums, I identify the potential problem.
Nice figures.
The hard drive. If the hard drive is not running correctly,
yeah,
it could be bottlenecking the entire system.
Oh yeah, if your drive isn't working the way it should, it absolutely can just mess everything else up. It's why you always want to be very careful about installing new drives and want to make sure that they're optimized for your PC. So that way it doesn't mess things up and wind up running just super slow.
So I check my hard drives and oh god, no, these are not solid state drives.
Oh no.
Mechanical hard drives. SSD.
Okay. That's the root of the problem. That's the root of your problem right there. It's all hard drive and no solid state drive. Don't get me wrong. I have mechanical hard disk drives on my computer. They're very good and very reliable for long-term storage. They're not good for speed. Not in the slightest. Oh my god.
Or solid state drives are the modern day standard. Mechanical hard drives are outdated, only used now for storage, but never as boot drives.
Yeah.
The drive your
Genuinely.
PC actually runs from.
Why?
This is why my 5-year-old PC
Why would they use a hard disk drive as the boot? Why? In any computer in a world after it becoming the standard, why? Why the hell would they use a hard disk drive as a boot drive and charge you almost $2,500?
faster than my new one. It had a solid state drive that came as standard. My new PC did not. I had missed the drop-down tab to change this. The whole
Why is it a drop-down?
Encompasses my entire body and
why is it a drop-down? Why is the hard disk the standard?
emotion crashes into me like a subway train operating a mannequin. Fear, shame, anger, How could I have done something as stupid as order mechanical hard drives? I have trapped myself
Oh,
in this hell. I feel a deep, unrelenting shame. Perhaps I really am as stupid as those videos on the internet say I am. I
oh.
may have cried at this point.
I would. I
I
would
do not
100%
remember.
cry if I made
After a
that
while, I come
glaring
through in a
of a
fog of
mistake.
melancholy, and a small shaft of light pierces through. Maybe there's still hope. Maybe I can still get a refund. If I can
Certainly
just start
try.
it all again, I'd make better decisions. I'd do things
Would you?
right this time.
Would
There
you
was
though?
still hope. I could still do this.
I'm sorry, sir, but you marked your order as for business, meaning that your 2-week return window has been up for several days now, and Dell is under no obligation to refund your machine.
Oh.
Ice through my veins. I am dying. I am angry,
Oh.
but more than anything else, I am ashamed. I
God
have
damn,
entered a
dog.
world of which I know nothing.
He's past
and
the
have cost
warranty
myself dozens
phase.
of hours, thousands of euro, and countless increments of sanity. I am a fool.
You see, people, this is why you very carefully read before you make a purchase like that. Always read. I made a similar mistake to this once before when I was buying new fans for my PC. See, my PC has like a little fan controller built into the side of it, and unfortunately, it is a 6-pin. PC fans these days are standard 4-pin. So naturally, wasn't able to plug my new fans into my PC, so I had to refund them. Thankfully, it was within like less than a day of actually getting them and trying to install them, so I was able to get my money back. But yeah, always read the fine print. Always check every little detail. It's never be ashamed to double check. And always be timely on getting your money back if you happen to mess up. Always.
I was never escaping this hell. My only option now was to embrace its flames, to upgrade my machine myself.
Oh. Okay, so it gets worse, huh? It gets
And
worse.
immediately, things get complicated. My PC tower was a Precision 5820. I know that SATA solid-state drives will work with it, but there's a new type of SSD that's meant to be more powerful
Oh
with
yeah,
better performance.
NVMe's.
NVMe's.
Yeah,
The problem,
my
however,
PC are
is that
NVMe's.
some computers are unable to boot off NVMe's. It depends on your BIOS, which is something I don't know anything about. I know this will be the more complicated option, but something inside me needs this NVMe drive. Its potential increase in performance made me feel like that if I could obtain one and make it work, then maybe this whole journey will have meant something. But there's a problem. My motherboard lacks M2 connectors, which it needs, and so I begin the long journey of seeing if NVMe drives will even work on my computer.
You know, at that point, oh yeah, everyone atheist until they have to upgrade their BIOS. Fun story. I had a gaming PC back in the day, a gaming laptop. It was a Asus. Uh, it was an Asus ROG laptop, a Republic of Gamers, and I went to upgrade the BIOS because I had to run a BIOS update for for a few things, and I did the whole BIOS thing. I left it sitting there to upgrade the BIOS, and I went to take a shower. I came back, and my laptop had inexplicably turned itself off. I was like, huh, that's weird. I go to touch it. It's really hot. I think, oh no. So I tried firing it up, and it turned on. Nothing came up on the screen. So then I realized, oh no, my PC just didn't bother to run the fans and overheated and shut down halfway through a BIOS update. When a PC is upgrading its BIOS and updating BIOS, whenever a PC is updating your BIOS, It deletes the old BIOS to make room for the new ones. So if it shuts down midway through, that just means your PC doesn't have BIOS anymore. And your PC is a glorified paperweight. Moral of the story, always make sure your hands are running and your PC stays cool when you're upgrading your BIOS. Otherwise, you might have just made yourself the world's most expensive paperweight. Always make sure.
I search the internet and find only ambiguity. I just need this one answer. If I can find out if my PC is compatible with NVMEs, I can put this
That's a
entire
SATA.
nightmare
That's not an
behind
NVMe.
me.
That's a SATA.
And so I make the decision. I call Dell customer service.
Another problem. He was looking up his computer's tower. He was looking up the shell. Also, good night, Sinful. If you can, just mute the tab like up on the browser and keep it running just to keep my viewer numbers up, you know? I want to keep that number pumped up. Because I do want to try to push for partner at some point, and I need to get at least 75 viewers on multiple streams. So yeah, just do that from now on whenever you sign off. But yeah. The problem here is he tried to look up his computer's model number for the tower, for the shell. What he should be looking up is the kind of motherboard that he's running. Because, like, myself, for example, I have a, let me look it up real quick, actually. I'm not 100% sure what my motherboard is. Let's see, let's see, what is my motherboard type? Let's see. It is a Prime B550 plus ACHES motherboard. So I know right there, just looking at PC information, what my motherboard is and the type it is, and I can look up all the technical specs that come with it. Like, for example, it's an A4 processor port, so I have to use an A4 AMD processor. It's a, like, it tells you what the boot device is, it tells you everything. And it will tell you, like, by looking it up, you can tell, like, what is or isn't compatible to it. So naturally, you want to look up specifically the board type. Otherwise, you won't find any valuable information. Like, mine is like, my board is only compatible to like A4 processors, DDR4 RAM, stuff like that. It has like, it'll tell, you can also find like your boards, like your PC's maximum capacity for RAM and like what it can safely house without starting to cause problems. Like, mine is a maximum of 32 gigs. Otherwise, I would have gone 64, but it's a max of 32 gigs. But yeah, very good hood information to have. Oh! Thank you for the gifted subs, Hubzobito. Thank you for the gifted subs. I really have to make a new, I gotta make a new thing for that. So that way I can have more custom thingamabobs there. But thank you for those gifted subs, Obito. Mm. But yeah, in general, always make sure you know what your motherboard type is. So that way, whenever you have to make the necessary upgrades, you know what you're doing. And you don't accidentally buy a bunch of things for your PC that are not compatible to it. Very good advice to have. I had to learn all this stuff myself when I started upgrading my PC. And the first thing I did, I immediately went straight to checking the motherboard type to make sure everything I wanted and everything I needed was compatible. Oh, we're back into hell music. Back into hell music. Oh, it gets worse. It gets
The following day is
worse.
a blur of concealed rage and frustration. I start by messaging a Dell chat window only to be given a number, and innocently, foolishly, I jot this number down, believing it can help me.
I see, sir. That's an upgrade issue, not a customer support issue.
No, sir. This is the upgrade service department. You need upgrade sale.
I'm sorry, but this is more of a technical support problem. I'm afraid you'll need our out-of-warranty team.
I spend several days trying to get in touch
Why
with
do
the
they
out-of-warranty
keep-
team. There is no
They
phone
keep
number to
jerking him
contact them directly
around.
from Ireland. You have to be transferred by a Dell agent. The problem is that it takes an hour to get to that point, and I keep
Bruh.
getting disconnected mid-call.
Okay, sir, I'll transfer you now.
I realize
Oh,
later that
God.
this is because the Dell agents think I am calling from the UK, and so I am being connected to several UK numbers not available in Ireland. I begin each new conversation by explaining this to my support agents, and am
Jesus
met
Christ.
with only bewildered silence. One bleak Thursday afternoon, after 4
Genuinely, how do they? How? Like, I feel like they should seriously just have like area code things like that, like offhand at these call centers, so they know where you're calling from, so they don't accidentally send you to the wrong places. It makes me glad, one of the few things in this bleak time to live in the United States. It makes me kind of glad because I don't have to deal with that when I live in the US, because everything is just kind of like together here in the US.
hours and finally getting through to the out-of-warranty team, I am given a final number to call. I jot it down in my notebook before seeing the same exact number already in my notebook. This is the number I started with several days ago. I try to scream, but nothing
Oh.
comes out. I hang up the phone and go
Oh.
to bed. It is 5 p.m. I do not call Dell for several days.
Dude.
I put a blanket over my new
What
PC.
the fuck?
I do not want to look at it. Finally, I make one more attempt. I go to a local park where I think my phone will have the best signal to minimize disconnects, and start the process all over again. For 40 minutes, I sit alone, listening to Dell's hellish hold music.
40 minutes on hold. Never buy Dell, people. Never buy Dell.
Before finally getting through to the out-of-warranty team one final time.
Are they going to redirect them
The
again?
agent on the other end is helpful. She assures me that they have a Dell-branded NVMe drive that will in fact work with my computer. She says that she will send me a quote later that day. I hang up the phone, and for the
A
first time,
Dell
I feel
branded NVMe.
light. I am nearing the
That's
end
gonna
of
be
my
expensive.
journey. A tear may have slid down my cheek, but it could have been the rain. I feel a great weight.
It's going to be really
lifted.
pricey, isn't it?
I return to my apartment and things start to feel normal. I reflect on my journey and all I've learned. If nothing else, I
Of
know
all
a
the
lot more about
things,
PCs now.
I still haven't taught myself how to change what the boot drive is. I still haven't done that. Because, I'm fine with my boot drive being kind of, like, small as, like, far as sizes go. Because I'm pretty sure it's only, like... I'm pretty sure it's less than 500 gigabytes, I think. But I have, like, a 2 terabyte SSD installed for my game installations and stuff. That I install all my stuff from Steam on. So it's fine. I don't need a big boot drive.
Than I used to. And so maybe it was all worth it.
Was it,
Maybe
though?
it's all really going to be okay. The deluded
Oh!
ramblings of a foolish
Oh,
child.
no.
I receive my quote from Dell. €400. €400 for a new Dell 1 terabyte NVMe drive.
€400. When you were looking at one from a different company that's not Dell branded, that was like €130 for a terabyte NVMe. Genuinely, where does Dell get off charging these kinds of prices? For real.
I am bewildered. I am furious.
Curse
Cursed! Cursed!
Third-party drives cost a quarter of the price. I cannot afford to sink that much
Ah,
more money
dude.
into this machine. And slowly, I look around me, and the normality I felt cracks and falls away.
It's
An
all
illusion
coming
designed
apart.
to plunge me deeper into agony and despair.
Dell
And
is doing this.
I just break. I give up. I give up hope. I give up my dreams. I walk away. I forget my delusions of an NVMe drive. I do not deserve one. I order a regular old solid state drive for €80 on Amazon, and somewhere deep down, a little part of me slips away and never comes back.
I mean, you don't need to buy a Dell branded NVMe drive. You just need a regular NVMe drive. Any NVMe drive will be compatible with an NVMe compatible MOBO. You don't need a Dell branded one. You could have bought that. You could have bought that third party NVMe drive for like €90. Bruh.
A week later, my solid state drive arrives. I feel no joy. I feel no pain. It just is. I open up my
God,
PC
dog.
once again and connect my solid state drive. Let this nightmare end. It does not. My computer cannot detect my new solid state drive. Panic shoots through me. No. How? This is impossible.
I've been
this
there.
cannot happen.
I've been there.
I do not want this. Members of my Discord have heard my plight and offered to help.
Oh,
They were all very nice and good. I
This
film myself
gathering the
digging around
Justice
guts
League
of
to
my
put
PC
together
and
this
stream it to
freaking
them.
PC.
They treat me with a gentle kindness, as if I were a child who has fallen down the stairs for the first time. We identify the problem. The SATA power plug is not connected to the hard drive.
Oh.
And after a long time, far too long,
Why is it
I
not
find
connected?
an unused SATA power plug within the depths of my machine. I plug it in, close back up the PC, and nothing. It still
doesn't work.
I thank everyone for their help and end the call.
Bruh.
I sit in silence. I will be here forever. The next morning, a member of my Discord sends me a link. The PC I have actually uses a proprietary front-loaded hard drive system which requires separate upgrade kits to fit SSDs and NVMEs. I get excited and in my foolish exuberance order an NVMe drive. But there is a problem. I cannot find these kits anywhere online.
Oh no, you're gonna have to call Dell again, aren't you? And they're gonna ask you like $500 for the upgrade kit.
You cannot buy them directly. The only way to get them is by calling Dell customer service. The customer service saga plays out again. Out of kindness, I will spare you from experiencing this saga again.
Thank you.
Note that reality did not grant me that same mercy. Finally, I get to the out of warranty team and they send me a quote. The parts to fix my new machine cost €467. I roar. No sound comes out. I cry, but no tears emerge. The emptiness that was once inside me has expanded to encompass my entire reality. Dark.
Honestly, dude, you might be just better off just cutting your losses trying to sell this PC and building a new one from scratch. Honestly.
Cruel blackness as far as the eye can see. I searched the internet for a third-party solution, but can only find one tray with the right measurements. But they no longer ship to Ireland. I checked my Parcel Motel, which is a service I use to import things from the UK, but they are no longer in business due to Brexit. I fall deeper. I sit back down, my face white, my soul broken. I am but a tiny human spirit, shattered against this mammoth corporate obelisk.
Never buy Dell. Never.
Through a layer of deep sobs, I pay the €467. I look into the mirror. I no longer respect the person staring back at me. That was 4 days ago.
Oh my God.
Thank you for listening to my story. I am sorry. I am guessing people are going to reach out and offer to help, but you
Oh
cannot help
my
me.
god,
You
damn.
cannot save me.
Holy
I
shit.
am already dead. It's at this point I begin to document my journey on Twitter. A lot of people begin to follow it. A pressure begins to mount in my chest. The next tweet reads,
He chronicled
my
this
phone beeps. I tremble.
on
I open my
on
package and find
Twitter.
it is not in fact my upgrade set, but a PCIe Wi-Fi card I ordered from Dell. I sigh in disappointment. But this does not need to be a bad thing. This simple fix might help restore some of my lost morale. I open the PC
Hopefully,
back up
maybe.
and insert the card, connect it to the external signal receiver, close it back up. I can do this. My PC does not recognize the card. I spend an hour and a half adjusting every Wi-Fi setting back
God
and
damn
forth,
it, Dell.
restarting my computer over and over. Little by little, my hope chips away. I scratch and I claw and I struggle, but I am an ape staring at the sky, the boundless freedom of the internet, never to be mine. I pour
This
a hot
is
bath.
absolutely.
This time is comforting. I glimpse my reflection beneath the water. My face is rippled and distorted. I do not recognize the person staring back at me.
Honestly,
Something about this bothers me.
Why is Dell so bad?
The Twitter thread continues to gather momentum. Journalists write articles about it. I begin to worry things are getting out of control.
He went
My
viral
NVMe
on
and
Twitter.
carrier arrives. With quivering hands, I open it up. The screws are very tiny. My fingers cramp. After too long, I fit the NVMe inside the caddy. This is it. I am not a religious man, but in that moment, I pray. I feel my prayer rise out of my mouth into the sky, past the clouds, through space, and enter the great cosmic unknown. I feel it experience worlds different and alien and strange, until finally it collides with the consciousness of some great cosmic being.
Are we
infinitely
good?
older and more unknowable than anything humanity has ever encountered or ever will. God, Satan, some advanced alien life form.
Are we good?
I do not know, but I pray to it. I beg it. Please, please just let my PC work.
Is it gonna work?
I feel this massive corporeal entity stir. Its gargantuan lips part, and from them escapes a deep cosmic whisper that crashes down through the heavens, down through the clouds, down through my roof, rupturing my reality, shaking my soul.
This
and
doesn't
with a
sound
silent,
good.
Deafening roar, it whispers, "No."
Oh.
My BIOS does not recognize my NVMe drive.
Oh.
I go empty. The darkness once inside me now becomes my everything, not merely my reality, but my past, my present, my future. It twists infinitely across space and time, infecting every moment of my life. Each second that has come before, every second that will follow after. I see it all. My entire existence was always leading to this. There is no escape. There never was. This is my end. This
the PC is
all
haunting him.
This is all I will ever be, forever
and ever and
Bruh. Dude. Oh. Pokemon theme?
when suddenly my phone rings.
Oh, bass
It is a
ringtone.
number I do not recognize. Hello?
Is this John Walsh?
Yes?
Good afternoon, Mr. Walsh. I am a representative of Dell. We have been monitoring your thread on Twitter.
Oh no! Oh no!
The conversation that follows lasts nearly 1 hour, over the course of which I learn one thing.
Dell
has
found
sent
him.
me a heavy hitter. The person I am speaking to is nothing less than the Special Forces Black Ops of customer service.
Oh no.
Her title is Resolution Manager, but for the rest of this conversation, I will refer to her simply as the Closer. She has one job.
Huh.
Make this problem go away. Make me go away. A
Wow.
job she is frighteningly
They
efficient
straight
at.
up sent one of
She's
their
apologetic for everything
headhunters
that's
to him.
happened while being careful to never actually apologize. But she's so damn good, I barely notice. Worse, she's kind. She's nice. Her words are slow and gentle. She compliments me, commiserates with my fury and sadness.
You're
God.
quite a storyteller, Mr. Walsh. I can feel that you've been through a lot.
It is the
Yeah.
most seen, the most understood I've felt by another person since the pandemic began. I try and stay angry, try and hold my edge, but I cannot. She is too strong. I curse my own weakness. The only point of the conversation she doesn't feel in full control of comes when she says,
I can see from your Twitter you have a YouTube channel and 1.12 million subscribers.
"There is a
Oh.
pause. For a
Oh,
moment,
that got
she
her to
seems
falter,
flustered.
huh?
She recovers.
That got her falter.
Immediately, and with what feels like renewed conviction, pulls me into her final gambit.
Now, what will it take to fix this?
I nearly
Oh.
scream, I want Bill Gates' fucking head! Before realizing how little sense that would make.
That doesn't
I try
make
and
any
tell
sense.
her
What does
that
Bill Gates have to do with Dell?
Nothing can fix this. I have all the parts I need. I just need to find the right configuration. As the words fall out of my mouth, not even I believe them. She politely, firmly dismantles my objections.
So, you're going to try and fix the machine yourself. How has that been going?
Trying
Oh.
to fight her is like striking at smoke. After an hour,
Dog.
I am exhausted, worn down by careful, gentle, precise words. She remains as sharp, friendly, and tactical as when the conversation began. She leaves me with a choice.
In order to make all this go away, I'm prepared to either refund you the price of the caddies, or we give you a credit note upon return of the machine.
The call ends. I cannot shake the feeling that I have been bested by a superior being. The closer's words wash over me. The desert of hope I once occupied has now been filled by an ocean. However, from its depths rises a final conflict, great and terrible. As petty and ridiculous as it might seem, I did not want to accept Dell's offer.
Just take the refund. Just give up. Take the refund and invest in a PC that you can actually use. Like, at this point, you are fighting with smoke, dog. Just take the freaking refund.
After everything, I did not want to let them be the heroes of this story. And a huge part of that is I cannot rid myself of the feeling that the only reason Dell have contacted me is because of the infamy of the Twitter thread and
Yeah.
the size of my following.
I mean, yeah.
Never wanted that.
Very
I
obviously.
just wanted to be sad on the internet. This is something I have struggled with for a long time and not something I expect everybody to understand. But I do not accept gifts from large companies. I turn down gift bags, download codes, and free merchandise. I do not want to be
That's
treated
that's
differently
good.
from any
That's
other
base.
person.
That's very
It is
good of
not
him.
Why I do what I do. And if
Yeah.
not for who I am, I cannot know that Dell would have left me burn in this hell like they potentially would so many other people.
Yeah.
I voiced
That's
this
a very
concern to the
valid
closer, but
concern.
She assured me this is not the case, that they are giving the same customer service they would to anyone else.
Is that
I
true?
want to believe her, but
That
do
doesn't
not.
sound like it's true.
If I accept Dell's offer now, I will be disappointed in myself. But I am also tired. I am so tired. This journey has drained me
Yeah.
of blood and life. I am a skeleton who hobbles listlessly from one day to the next. Thoughts of hard drives and customer service shrouding my every moment.
Yeah, at this
My
point,
partner
I think you
softly
could just
pleads
cut
with me
your
to accept
losses.
The offer. She tells me she wants her boyfriend back. I feel I have let her down.
Yeah, just
And
cut your
so,
losses there,
the
man.
final conflict emerges. On one side, my soul, my desire not to abuse my status. On the other, my sanity, my desire to escape this nightmare and return to a normal life.
Yeah.
I am not thinking clearly.
It's
I
a
have
valid
not,
concern
for
to
what feels
have.
like a very long time.
Like, you don't want to
And
feel
so I
special.
turn to the people who will
Like, you don't want to feel special because if you're following. but at the same time, you deserve to have your misery lifted from you. Because you look like you're going through it, dog.
Understand what this great and terrible journey has been, I post a poll on Twitter: to accept Dell's offer or to embrace oblivion.
Oh, thank God. Thank you. Thank you.
I place my Dell PC into
Thank
a large
you.
box I got from a local coffee shop. I seal it up, and it's hard not to feel strange that this day is finally here. I have thought about this machine every day for 6 months. It has become part of my life. I carry it down to the mail room, take one final glance at it, and that's it. The Dell machine disappears out of my life forever.
Goodbye, shitty Dell computer.
Machine, as well as the extras, and for that I have to thank the closer. Well, I found
Well,
her
it's good that
mildly
they
terrifying initially. She
refunded
did
the
do
whole
her
thing.
best to listen and
It's
help
good.
me, and I think that was
Really
coming
good.
from a sincere place. A week later, my phone beeps. There is a large package for me downstairs.
Huh?
My new computer is here. I am excited. I go downstairs and it's the same machine. I don't know how, but it has returned to me. I really wish I was joking about this bit, but I am not. I become frightened the machine has some kind of horrific sentience. I very
What?
seriously consider setting it on fire. The following week, my new machine arrives. This is a PC that the members of my Discord helped me build, and for that,
Oh,
I
that
will
looks
be
like a good
eternally
PC.
grateful to them. It has an NVMe drive. It is
Ooh.
very fast and very powerful.
That's a very
Editing
good
on
looking
it feels
PC.
like cheating. This video you're watching right now is the first I've completed on it. I am very
Ooh.
happy. I feel this
That's a very
agonizing
nice looking
period of
PC.
my life start to fade. And at its end, I'm not sure if I have a moral or a lesson, but I have learned one thing. I am a fucking idiot. However you want to
Yeah,
slice it.
I think we can.
I ordered
I
a
think we can
bad
agree
PC,
on that.
and Dell sent me one.
Yeah.
This would never have happened if I was less stupid and proud and just asked someone who knew better.
Yep. Never buy Dell. Moral of the story: don't buy Dell.
And it's only when other people offered me that help and I finally grudgingly accepted that things started to get better. So I guess what I do take from this is, as much as the last year and a half might have made us feel otherwise, humans are not creatures designed to function in isolation.
Yeah.
There's
Obviously.
no shame in asking for help in things you don't understand or problems you don't feel that you can face by yourself.
Absolutely valid. If you feel like you're struggling on your own, don't be afraid to ask for someone to help you. Don't be afraid to ask for a shoulder to lean on if you're not doing great. Because you don't have to get this feeling of using your friends, of course, but never feel afraid to ask for help. You should always feel like it's perfectly okay to ask for help.
Because otherwise, you could just end up as a big dumb idiot with a broken PC and then have to make a video about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Moral of the story, people, don't buy Dell. Don't buy Dell. It's not going to turn out good. You're going to have a bad time. Always. Always. Like, do your research whenever you buy a PC. I always do research before I buy stuff for my computers. I've learned very much that I need to be very careful about buying stuff for my computers. And going forward, you should too. If this video has taught you anything, it's that you need to be very mindful whenever you're buying a computer and whenever you're upgrading your computer. Otherwise, you could wind up in a situation just like him. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about all of this. Have you ever had your own horror story when it comes to buying a PC or upgrading a PC? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and ding that bell so you know when I upload, and it helps me out in the algorithm. And as always, I will see you next time at the HQ. Bye-bye.